I'm Mark Ginsburg. I'm with the Global Learning Group in FHI 360 and also working as a visiting professor at Teachers College Columbia. The presentation that we're doing is a group presentation. Colleagues from FHI 360, both those who worked in the field as well as some from home office. We were collaborating very closely with the Ministry of Education, Science and Technology in Malawi, particularly their monitoring and evaluation unit. And we also had some students from Teachers College Columbia who were involved. This is a project that sought to facilitate a decentralization effort in Malawi, and in particular to try to mobilize community involvement in both planning and implementing reforms at the school level to improve the quality, to improve both the teaching and learning aspects, but also infrastructure and other things. The research we report is actually a combination of studies, one done by the ministry, led by the ministry, and the other led by project staff, focusing on both what the district officials and people at the community school level, the head teacher, the head of the school management committee, as well as a parent who was not as involved with the committee, and their views on how well the efforts took place during this time period from 2009 through 2012. And what I think is very interesting is, of course, this is a topic that is of global interest. Organizations at USAID and World Bank have been promoting school-based reform. This was an effort to really support that effort. And in particular, what we see is that the community got very involved. Their involvement varied somewhat across communities, but in particular, they got involved in planning the grants, the grant proposals, and in beginning to implement them. But while it's a very decentralized and school-based, we noticed a continuity across schools, which we understand and have come to document is partly a district level and to some extent a project framework that they were following. And so while you'd expect differences across schools depending on how good the quality of learning was or what their pupil-teacher ratio was, we found that in some ways the local community was implementing a almost standardized framework, which certainly got them involved, but at least initially it was less of a reflective activity that we were hoping. And then to hope that the future efforts can be much more school-based and individually driven as opposed to formulaic in its implementation. But it's very clear that the level of involvement not only was in terms of these procedures and formal activities, but community became much more involved, much more interested in what was going on in the schools, and also started to try to find ways to support the schools financially and through their own work activities, or the human resources. So all in all, it's a fascinating project. A longer paper is available from me or from others at FHI 360, and we look forward to your comments and also to share further findings in the future.